Traders, what is up? Market Scalper D. Hey, so are we at the top or what, man? This thing is just, it's not looking good, right? It's not looking good. There's just a lot of friction up here. We've been testing all-time highs. There's been the fake outs, right before the 4th of July holiday. Then boom, they're right back at all-time highs. Somebody is getting this market back up where they need these levels to be so they can dig their way out of a hole, right? Things are just not doing well. If you ask me, we just got a week of our paychecks completely disintegrated each month out of the inflationary prices that we're paying, right? I mean, hell, you're paying $40 for a pot of chili right now. Do the math. If you make some good chili, you're spending 50 bucks. An average worker is not making more than 110 bucks a day, right? That's why we're all fortunate to be traders and learn how to hedge against inflation, right? Making our money more powerful every day is the goal. But we are at the top. We really are, I don't think really things are doing as well as the talking heads are basically making it look like everything's back to normal and everything's peachy, But I think right now we're on the verge of a bear market. And you can see right here and these levels right here, this is the shoulder to the head and shoulders pattern on a bigger scale. And right now we just rallied up to the top. They're going to trap a bunch of people long, man. That's what I've seen this before. And then pre-market one day, boom, they got you trapped all the way back in these levels. And I think we're coming to test this 7,000 level at some point right here and essentially tag this 200 moving average. And at that point, maybe we'll go a little bit lower and get oversold, and then we're going to form another shoulder, the right shoulder for this head and shoulders pattern on a larger scale, right? When in doubt, zoom out. You can always go to your weeklies. Right here, it gives you a little bit better, more of a clear identifier to see the top. Always be using your trend levels, right? And mapping out, at what point are they going to catch you off guard, and then boom, they got you where they want everyone, and they spike the volatility change. Let's take a look at the VIX. You can see this is the Wall Street fear gauge, right? They've been bleeding this thing out, man. They're making all those puts cheap. They're just making them cheap so they can start hedging their risk against the downside. You can see back here on June 16th, the price, or it's not the price, but the VIX was around 1586, right? We're right back at that level. This was all your volatility, all your, your selling pressure, and they've just been working the prices back down for the option chain, getting ready to dunk on retail again. So this is an extremely important indicator to help you get ahead of the moves that are coming. Always go back. You can see here even February 26, 1793, right? You get all this volatility, March, April, and then right back almost, they didn't tag it right on the dot, but 1748, right? Then you get some more volatility. So use this as a gauge to be able to predict market movement. When these guys are ready to get you holding the bag, they're going to do it in the middle of the night or pre-market, right? This thing's just going to tank and trap a lot of these bulls and catch you off guard. So just be ready to hedge your portfolio, and then in general, just when in doubt, zoom out. Get ready to watch this thing unfold. And then I'm not a financial advisor by any means. I'm just a retail trader. I love trading. I do this full time now, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to position myself short at some point, and hopefully we can just get this thing to tank back to reality. And again, we're also fortunate to be able to take 100 or 200 or 300 bucks and turn it into 1,000, right? So if you're an options trader, man, get ready for some volatility. And if you're just you want to be a bag holder and keep buying at the top, that's up to you. Unless you're buying SpaceX, I think that's a good deal. SpaceX is going to hit that 200 level, and then the rest is going to be history, right? So let's see what happens over the next 2 to 3 months. But at some point, we're going to come back and test these areas, and this 600 level right in here, that might be, into the bear market. But for now, I'm just keeping it more on the dailies, and then just one day at a time, trying to get ahead of the game when they drop this market. So let's see what happens. You guys have a great week. Talk to you soon.